Welcome to Celeb Insider, where we peel back the glitz to reveal the raw, unfiltered truth behind the headlines. Today, we're plunging into a scandal so massive it's threatening to topple one of music's biggest empires. Sean P. Diddy Combs, the man who defined hip-hop swagger, is standing trial in a New York courtroom facing charges that could lock him away for life. Sex trafficking, racketeering, a web of accusations stretching back decades. Is he the mastermind of a criminal underworld, or the victim of a vicious takedown? The world is watching, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Picture this: a man who built Bad Boy Records from the ground up, launched icons like Notorious Big, and turned himself into a billionaire. P Diddy was untouchable, until September 2024, when federal agents stormed a Manhattan hotel and slapped cuffs on him. The charges: a bombshell indictment claiming he ran a criminal enterprise using his fame to orchestrate abuse, coercion, and what prosecutors call freak-offs, explicit events fueled by drugs and power. It's a story that's as shocking as it is divisive, and it's unfolding right now. But let's rewind. How did we get here? It all started in November 2023 when Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, dropped a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the industry. She accused him of years of abuse, painting a picture of a man far removed from the charismatic mogul we thought we knew. They settled fast. Too fast, some say. But that was just the beginning. More accusers stepped forward, 63 lawsuits in all, piling on claims of violence, manipulation, and worse. By 2024, the feds were circling, and Diddy's empire was crumbling. The trial begins today, marking a significant moment in this high-profile case. Fast forward to today, and the trial is on. Jury selection kicked off this morning, and the courtroom is a pressure cooker. Prosecutors are ready to unleash a mountain of evidence, including a 2016 hotel video of Diddy allegedly assaulting Cassie, which a judge ruled admissible, per Forbes. They're painting him as a predator who used his businesses to trap victims. But Diddy's team is hitting back, calling it a witch hunt. His lawyer told Reuters, "Mr. Combs is innocent and we will prove it." They're even suing accusers for defamation, like a man who claimed to have incriminating videos per Sky News. The internet. It's a war zone. X is flooded with reactions, some posts hitting millions of views. One user wrote, "Diddy's a legend. This is a setup to destroy black success." Another countered, "The evidence is damning. Justice for the victims." It's a clash of loyalty and outrage, splitting fans down the middle. BBC calls it a high-profile case that could redefine Diddy's legacy, while AP News says it's diving into the seediest side of rap's bad boy. The implications of this trial stretch far beyond the courtroom. It's a moment of reckoning for the music industry, for the powerful, and for those who have felt powerless. Now is the time to pay attention, to demand transparency, and to hold everyone accountable. Join us in following this case closely. Your voice matters, and together we can push for change. But here's the twist. This trial might not just be about Diddy. Whispers are circulating that other big names could get dragged into the spotlight. Who else was at those parties? What secrets are buried in the music industry's shadows? The trial, expected to last weeks with opening statements on May 12th per CNN, could blow the lid off a world we've only glimpsed. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a reckoning. It's about power, fame, and the cost of living untouchable. It's about whether a man who shaped hip-hop can survive the storm, or if his throne will crumble. And it's about the voices of those who say they were silenced, now demanding to be heard. This is Celeb Insider, and we're glued to every twist. Drop your take in the comments. Is Diddy guilty, or is this a conspiracy? Like, share, and subscribe. We're not letting this story go. The courtroom is buzzing with anticipation as the trial enters its second week. New witnesses are expected to take the stand, and the tension is palpable. Stay tuned as we bring you the latest updates from inside the courtroom. Outside the courthouse, supporters and protesters clash, each side fervently defending their stance. The media frenzy is at an all-time high, with every major news outlet covering the trial. The world is watching, and opinions are as divided as ever. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the atmosphere is electric with anticipation. As the trial progresses, the pressure mounts, and the public's interest only intensifies. What will the final verdict be? Stay with us as we continue to follow every twist and turn of this high-profile case. As the trial progresses, shocking new evidence comes to light. Documents and testimonies that could change the course of the case are being presented. The stakes have never been higher, and the outcome remains uncertain. Will justice be served, or will power and influence prevail? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the revelations that could turn this case on its head. The courtroom is electrified as the new evidence is dissected and debated. The prosecution presents a series of damning text messages and financial records, suggesting a web of deceit and manipulation far more intricate than anyone had imagined. The defense scrambles to counter these revelations, arguing that the evidence is circumstantial and taken out of context. Lawyers on both sides engage in a fierce battle of wits, each trying to sway the jury's perception. Outside the courthouse, the media frenzy grows. Reporters speculate on the potential fallout, while legal experts weigh in on the implications of this new evidence. Public opinion is sharply divided, with social media ablaze with theories and heated debates. Inside, the atmosphere is tense. Jurors exchange glances, clearly aware of the gravity of their task. The judge calls for a brief recess, allowing everyone a moment to process the whirlwind of information. As the trial resumes, both sides prepare for what could be the most pivotal moments yet. The next steps will determine not just the fate of those involved, but could set a precedent for future cases of this magnitude. Stay with us as we continue to follow this high-stakes legal drama. The truth is unfolding, and the final verdict is still anyone's guess. As the trial reaches its climax, the jury is ushered into a secluded room to begin their deliberations. The weight of the evidence and testimonies hangs heavy in the air. Each juror is tasked with meticulously reviewing the facts, sifting through a mountain of documents and replaying key moments from the trial in their minds. The room is filled with a palpable tension, the kind that only comes when the fate of lives and careers hangs in the balance. Outside, the media continues to speculate, with pundits offering predictions and analyzing every possible outcome. Social media is a frenzy of hashtags and trending topics, as the public anxiously awaits the jury's decision. Within the courthouse, both the prosecution and defense teams are on edge, knowing that their months of hard work now rest in the hands of 12 individuals. As hours turn into days, the jury remains locked in intense discussions, with each member bringing their own perspectives and biases to the table. The deliberation room becomes a microcosm of the broader societal debates surrounding this case, reflecting the divided opinions and passionate arguments that have gripped the nation. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, the jury reaches a verdict. The judge is notified, and the courtroom is prepared for the final moment that everyone has been waiting for. The world holds its breath as the jury files back into the courtroom, ready to deliver their decision. The next few minutes will be critical, as the verdict is read and the ramifications of this monumental trial begin to unfold. Stay tuned as we bring you the final chapter in this gripping saga. The outcome is imminent, and the impact will be felt far and wide. As the courtroom settles into a tense silence, the judge calls for order. The jury, looking solemn and exhausted, takes their seats. The foreperson rises, holding the envelope that contains the verdict. The entire room seems to hold its breath as the judge asks the foreperson to read the decision. The foreperson opens the envelope, their hands trembling slightly. In the case of Sean Diddy Combs versus Cassandra Ventura, we, the jury, find the defendant. The pause feels like an eternity. The camera pans over the anxious faces. Diddy, his defense team, Cassie and her supporters. Each one is a portrait of raw emotion, their futures hanging on the next few words. Guilty on all counts. A collective gasp echoes through the courtroom. Diddy's expression shifts from stoic to devastated, while Cassie and her team are overcome with relief and tears. The judge thanks the jury for their service and announces a recess before the sentencing phase begins. Outside the courthouse, a sea of reporters and onlookers erupts into a frenzy. Microphones and cameras are thrust forward as everyone clamors for a reaction. Social media explodes with breaking news alerts and instant analyses. The verdict is not just a legal conclusion, but a cultural moment, sparking debates about power, justice, and accountability in the entertainment industry. Stay tuned for the next chapter as we delve into the aftermath of this landmark decision and its far-reaching implications. The story is far from over.